What is up, guys? Eric here from Real Film Reviews, bringing you another movie review, this time for the new Eddie Redmayne film, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Fantastic Beasts stars Eddie Redmayne, Colin Farrell, and Dan Fogler, and is a spin-off of the Harry Potter universe. This movie takes place back in the 1920s, when Dumbledore was just a teacher, and we follow the story of Newt Scamander, who has traveled to New York City to buy a new foreign animal to add to his collection, but also to release some of his creatures in their natural habitat there. When he arrives, though, there is something terrorizing the city, and he gets caught up with the American version of the Ministry of Magic in solving what is happening in New York. The number one thing that I want to point out about this movie is the setting and the costumes, and all of the set design is so good. It's so good. Prohibition era New York was done basically perfectly in this movie to me. It all looked so real. It really felt like you were in Prohibition era New York. They would wear flapper dresses in some scenes. They went to a speakeasy for magic people. That's amazing. That's such a good little thing to just add. It's so perfect. And I really, really loved the setting of this film. The script of this movie is also really solid, with the exception of one thing that I'll get to later. I thought it was really funny. Dan Fogler's character added a great comedic relief to the film, being as he's not actually a wizard. So he is a no-mage, as they call them in America, or a muggle, but he is involved in this story because he kind of gets mixed up with Newt Scamander in the beginning of the film. And then to add to his comedy, the Fantastic Beasts are also really funny throughout the film. They're added in a comedic sense almost in some sequences. Some of them, the chases are funny, or how they're trying to capture them and things like that, but I thought that those two things really helped lighten the mood in this film. Eddie Redmayne is so good in this movie. Obviously, this isn't like an Oscar performance like he's had the past couple years, but this was a really fun performance from him, and I really hope we get to see more of his character in the future movies, since they're planning on making like 5 of these. But I actually really felt attached to his character, and I thought he did a really good job with making this sort of quirky character that collects these animals rather than focusing on magic, because I felt like this movie gave us a different showing of the Harry Potter universe. We got to see it from the point of view of someone that isn't trying to learn magic. He's not an evil wizard or a good wizard. He just wants to protect these magical creatures, and it's a really nice sentiment to have a character that revolves around that aspect of it. Some of the special effects in the movie are a little weak, but that really didn't bother me too much. My main issue with this film is the villain, because the movie is split up into 2 stories, basically. We have Newt Scamander hunting for his fantastic beasts that are let loose in New York by accident, and then we have this weird thing that is terrorizing New York, but we don't know what it is. So all of the stuff with the fantastic beasts is very fun, it's very entertaining, it's very light. But then you juxtapose that with this very dark feeling story about something that's attacking New York City and these weird cult members and stuff. And it just felt kind of like they were butting heads as to what the tone was supposed to be. And then, I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, but when the villain, I will say, shows up in the movie, it's kind of generic and not really that good. And I wish more of the movie would have been devoted to the Fantastic Beasts, because I felt like that was the more entertaining part of the film. I'm going to give Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them a B+. If you enjoy the Harry Potter universe, obviously go check this movie out. However, if you never watched Harry Potter, or maybe you didn't like Harry Potter because you only watched a couple of them, I would say give this movie a chance. You really don't have to know anything about the Harry Potter universe going into this movie. It really doesn't feel like a continuation of those films. There's only just a couple names dropped that maybe you would be like, oh, I recognize that if you've seen Harry Potter or read the books, but as a whole, this is sort of a separate entity, and I really enjoyed that part of it, and I think if you don't like Harry Potter, maybe give this movie a chance. Well, guys, as always, I'm Eric. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of Fantastic Beasts, share everything we do on Real Film Reviews. I will have my new Netflix recommendation video for December up on Sunday. I also have my Allied and Moana reviews going up the same day as this, so please go check out all of those when they are posted, and I hope to see you guys later.